In this video, I will share with you 4 ways to love a woman. Let's have this conversation. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I am Dorian and this is Not Easily Broken. Let's get right into it. Number 1, cultivate a feeling of love. It might seem on the surface impossible for a man to do anything to awaken his feeling of love for his wife. He would expect his wife to bring this feeling about by her own femininity and charm. But the miracle is that there are things a man can do to cultivate this feeling of love. Now, as a beginning, remember the past. Remember how you both got started. Think about how you felt when you fell in love with her. There was a time, no doubt, when she was the center of your thoughts, your emotion. She was always in your mind. You probably thought that if she could constantly be with you, you would need nothing more. You would try to call her throughout the day. Every chance you get, you would compliment her about her body, about her hair, about the dress that she's wearing. You would tell her how beautiful she is. You know what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter how cloudy the day. It would be sunshine if she was there. If she had faults, you would not see them. You wanted to shield her. You wanted to care for her. You wanted to protect her. So the question I want to ask you, gentlemen, what is happening now? Why did you stop pursuing her? All relationships and all marriages has disappointments. Relationships are all about going through the good times and the bad times and coming out together better and stronger. Over the years of relationship, you go through different changes, having your children, caring for the home, and so much more. Please remember, it is the man who awakens a woman's feminine charm. He is the one who makes her blossom and bloom by the way he conduct himself and the way he treat her. He can make her beautiful, charming, and radiant, or he can make her ugly and disagreeable. Yes, you have the power to do so. Be a man and protect her. Provide for her. Treat her like a queen and help her to have the feelings of self-worth. This is the miracle that cultivates your feeling of love for her. A man will never protect what he did not invest in. A man does not love where he gets. He loves where he gives. The true essence of love is not what you get from it, but is what you give to it. If he is giving and serving, then he is loving and he is protective of that woman. Number 2, express love. It is not important that a man feel love for his wife. He must express it every chance and every moment he gets. From the moment you wake up in the morning and to the time that you go to bed, you must find a reason to add value to her life. This love can be expressed in a variety of ways, such as words and tender affection. A man needs not to adapt with words as the poet to express the feelings of his heart. See, a woman thrives on the humbleness of speech and action when it is sincerely given to her. Tenderness is one of the most appreciated expression of love for a woman. A touch of the hand, a kiss on the back of the neck, looking into her eyes and tell her how beautiful she is, a pat on the shoulder or a stroke of her hair, a tender word to calm her troubled nerve, or any act of affection moved her to emotions. She thrived on these small manifestations of love. Most men have no idea how important it is to a woman to hear and feel the expressions of love. This is like the kind of food she eats which sustained her life. This is like what sunlight and water is to a plant. The plant cannot survive without it. Just because you feel love is very little assurance to the woman. She can only understand the measure of love you feel. In other words, you must spell it out. Yes, spell it out. Act it out. And then this must be part of her daily routine every single day. You must spell out your love for her. Just because you spoke lovingly and tenderly yesterday will not be sufficient to tide her over today. It is something that you must constantly do every single day. Number 3, prove your love. It is deeply embedded in the nature of a woman to count love as sincerely only when a man does something to prove it. Perhaps this is why little girls are so attracted to fairy tales, which the hero goes and rescues the princess from the castle or from the clutches of the witch or from the bad guy, from the villain. In each case, the hero does something to prove his love. To prove your love to a woman, there must be an element of sacrifice. It is voluntary and beyond the call of duty. Oh yes. There must be an extra effort given, something one goes without to prove their love. I believe that a man must always prove his love to the woman that he desires. It also requires being sensitive to her needs, her desires, and her deep feelings. See, without being sensitive to her needs, a man makes a sacrifice but fails to prove his love as far as she is concerned. Sensitivity to her need affects her profoundly, as you may now realize. Sometimes in desperation, a woman may ask a man a special favor merely as a test of a man's love. He may not feel as much a need for the favor as a need to see tangible evidence of his love. To have life centered around love is the most sound of reasoning. Is there any subject of greater importance to both men and women? Is there any other effort a man can render of more worth than love, intimacy, faithfulness, fidelity, compassion, and tenderness in his marriage relationship? This, guys, is the very center of a happy home. Number 4, treat her like a queen, and she will act like one. It is a fact that if you place a high value on a person and let them know that you regard them highly, they will grow to become that finer person. This is especially true with a woman. If a woman is held in high esteem, she will take on a regal attitude, which will make her queenly. In the book Man of Steel and Velvet, the author tells the story of Johnny Lingo, bears out of this message. This story concerned a young Polynesian girl who was downgraded by her father to the point that she and everyone else considered her to be inferior, to be an inferior person. She deteriorated until she no longer combed her hair to hide herself from the mockery of society. So diminished she was in the eyes of everyone that she had no feeling of self-worth. One young man who lived in another island knew her when she was a little girl. He always remembered and recognized her true worth. When he grew to manhood, he decided to go back to her island and ask for her hand in marriage. He was evidently aware of her deterioration, but believed in her intrinsic value and meant to rescue her. Now, as a custom in society back in those days, when a man asks a girl in marriage, he must bargain for her with cows. Yes, cows. If a woman was considered ordinary, he may just have to pay 1 cow for her. If she was of great worth and the competition is keen, he may have to pay 3 or 4 cows, or even more. A woman took pride in how many cows they were bargained for, and there was a special value in having their suitors sacrifice for them. Now, Johnny came to the home of this girl and sat down with the father. He set out to bargain with her father. Her father was prepared to give her away for 1 cow and feel he had the best bargain ever. But to his astonishment, Johnny offered 8 cows. When asked, why did he not bargain for the girl? He said he wanted everyone to know, and especially his wife to know, that she was worth the highest value. As he took her by hand, a change came over her. A realization of her worth came over her. She took on the dignity befitting a person worth 8 cows. She unfolded like a lily in the spring with fascinating charm and beauty of a real woman. Wow. See, it's amazing what a man can do when you understand the value of the woman in your life. I tell men all the time that you have the power to build or tear down your wife. And a woman has the power to do the same thing to her man. But you see, when a man opens his mouth and he speaks to his wife, she's not hearing words. She's experiencing it. He's speaking life into her. Unfortunately, many men usually fall short in making a woman feel queenly. By criticism or citing remarks, they treat women like inferior. A woman is not inferior to a man. She is equal to him. She is the crown and jewel of creation. I grew up on the island of Jamaica, and I used to grow up hearing men call their wives old lady. I was always offended by it. Even as a young boy, I was offended to hear grown men, husband, call their wives old lady. Your wife is not your old lady. You called her old lady and you wonder why she get old and frail. You use the very words to create what she becomes. Many women become interested in the feminist movement because they feel men have let them down. Most women would not give the feminists a second thought if their men would honor, love, cherish, and respect them for who they really are. Because women expect and deserve to be honored and to be respected. And when you treat your wife like a queen, brothers, men, husbands, I guarantee you that she has no choice but to become one. Well, that's the end of this video. I hope that you were blessed by the content that I share. And if there's anything that I've said that adds some sort of value to you, please smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel. Share this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think. And guys, may God bless you. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one.